Hello and welcome to the Young Turks Dream Decade. I'm Shireen Bhan. Over the next 30 minutes, we travel the length and breadth of the country to bring you India's hottest entrepreneurial talent. On Young Turks on the Road, we put the spotlight on a young entrepreneur who's trying to make it to the next league. On the Young Turks tutorial, we give a young startup a chance to be mentored live on television. And on the YT Buzz, we tell you about everything that's hot and happening in the world of entrepreneurship. Our first guest got into the business of e-commerce in 2008. That's when Manu Agarwal launched Naaptol, which was essentially a price comparison engine. But a lot has changed since then. Today, Naaptol is virtually an online marketplace with the company facilitating transactions worth 1.5 crore rupees every single day. Sagar Saha hits the road to find out more about Naaptol and the road ahead.
Our guest today, Manu Agarwal, is giving traditional retail a run for money with his venture Naaptol. Betting big on Tier 2 and Tier 3 retail markets, Manu caters to over 4,000 customers daily, e-tailing over 2 lakh products across 500 brands. We caught up with Manu to know how he Naaptols his venture and the billion-dollar e-commerce business in India. After weighing the pros and cons of starting up an e-commerce business, Manu Agarwal decided to launch Naaptol.com in 2008. A home shopping venture, Naaptol connects buyers and sellers online, through print and TV ads, and even on the mobile. This virtual marketplace today lists over 2 lakh products and 500 brands on its portal, but Manu admits he did not get it right the first time. Originally launched as a price comparison engine for electronic products and gadgets, Manu soon realized the big bucks lie not just in telling audiences where the best deals are, but bringing them onto the platform and helping them transact.
We started thinking as to what is that which we need to do to start monetizing, right? Where we realized what we have become like what Google is for search, right, on normal sense. We have become something for product search, right? However, Google has a way to monetize its visitors, which is through those AdWords. So we had to discover something of our AdWords, which we realized it was hot deals, right? Okay. So the thought process was that if people are visiting the site and they're say looking for a mobile phone, and you have a great deal on mobile phone which you showcase to them, then there's a reasonable probability that they would buy it. Okay. So we started, that's how the hot deal concept started.
So you were one of the very early e-commerce businesses in the country. Today e-commerce is a hotspot for entrepreneurs. How have you positioned yourself in the pack?
I don't like to use that word e-commerce. We are more of a virtual shopping or a home shopping business.
All right.
We reach out to consumers on hot deals through different medium. Okay. Which is we use print publications. Today there are over 50 print publications which we work with. Okay. We are there on multiple TV channels, right? On to their commercial air times where we again publicize our hot deals. Okay. We are there on the internet. We are there on our mobile application.
So as a home shopping venture, what is the kind of traction you've been able to create?
We consistently do about 5,000 transactions a day.
All right.
So we have become pretty much the largest home shopping player in India. 60% of our business today comes from reaching out to consumers through the print advertisements.
All right.
30% of our business comes in from reaching out to consumers through our TV advertisements. And about 10% of our business comes from the digital space.
The Indian consumer very often is said to be very experiential in nature. How are you able to convince them to buy right out of home or online?
Virtual shopping today, right, in our opinion, is not only about convenience. Okay. It is largely to do with availability. But India is a big geography also. So as you go beyond Tier 2 and Tier 3, a lot of these products are just not available, right? So if you are able, right, to service a customer remotely and is able to reach out remotely to you to place an order on you, right, that is his key demand.
Don't you feel that they are also apprehensive in making that first purchase without having to touch and feel the product?
That apprehension is there, will always remain, right? However, when a consumer calls us up, right, the agent spends quite a bit of time with that customer to take him through his questions and make sure that we answer all of them for him to be able to make that purchase decision.
With over 60% e-tail transactions in India done over the phone, Manu has set up 4 call centers with 650 employees to facilitate transactions on the Naptol platform. Reaching out to more than 3,000 cities across the country, Naptol today powers 4,000 sales every day, grossing revenues of 1.5 crore rupees. But with products on its portal often unbranded, convincing the value for money Indian consumer has not been easy.
Look, having a Chinese product per se is not a bad thing.
Yeah, sure.
But not ensuring it is quality and it is working fine is a bad thing. Right? So that is where we need to ensure, and which we do.
In fact, researching every 5th link led to an aggrieved customer.
Right.
What are you really doing to manage that part of the business?
Today we run like a 100-member cell only to address, to be able to make sure that any customer who has a complaint can report it back to us. Our logistics partner can pick up the goods. We only have a warehouse only for reverse logistics, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a warehouse for dispatch, which we use supply warehouses.
Yeah.
So it comes to our reverse logistics warehouse where we can decide now a refund needs to be given or a replacement needs to be given. So the focus is there, right?
Yeah. So Manu, tell us, what are the kind of revenues that you've been able to manage at Naptol?
We move parcels worth about 1.5 crores every day. A lot of growth for us is coming from the TV area, right? Because we would go cut across all the media and grow.
What margins do you operate on with the dealers?
Depending upon the category, the margins on our sector is between 15 to 30%.
So in terms of a ballpark, what is the kind of turnover that you're looking at for the year to come?
I think we would be expanding at least 3 times in next 12 months.
With plans to triple Naptol's turnover this year, Manu next wants to launch a private sales section on the website and eventually a home shop TV channel. Raising its first round of funding from Kannan Partners in 2010, Manu is looking to consolidate his business and is investing in essential elements like payment gateways, logistics and warehousing.
Sanjeev Bhikchandani was on our show a few weeks back, and he was talking about how e-commerce has got very little to do with E, and it is all about commerce. It is all about logistics, stock management and the entire back end. How have you been able to manage all of that at Naptol, and what are the kind of challenges in a business like this?
One is your warehousing, right, which is accessibility of inventory, which is readily available, right, which is quality checked and can be dispatched faster.
Yeah.
The second area is the logistics,
Okay.
right. The third area is the customer service, right. Today we work with 7 different logistics players. Again, for customer service, for a result, right, getting that reverse logistics in place,
Yeah.
giving customers multiple options. So, and you're right, well, that is e-commerce is not about E, it is actually about that commerce. It is about being able to manage all of these things at a scale.
Do you really feel that e-commerce in India today has created enough traction to compete with traditional retail or traditional shopping?
Today, traditional retail is close to $500 billion, right?
Yeah.
E-commerce, if you leave travel apart, it
Yes.
is probably less than $1 billion,
Yeah.
right? So it is way apart,
Way
right?
apart, yeah.
E-commerce or the virtual commerce also has an advantage to be able to go to every nook and corner of the country,
yes.
right? So I see traditional retail succeeding in near term onto the larger cities,
Okay.
right? However, as you go tier 2 and beyond,
Yeah.
the virtual retail will have an edge.
Okay, so Manu, what are your future plans? What are your next growth targets?
Look, today I'm very clear that even at the current level, right, we are just a small speck, right, in this whole world of retail.
Yeah.
So today for us to grow from here 10 times would not be a challenge at all, right? So I'm looking at doing 50,000 transactions a day in next couple of years to come.
Okay.
So which is really giving, right, the traditional retail
Okay.
a run for the money.
Okay, so are you looking at a second round of funding now?
We are not actively looking at a round, but we have been in discussion with few players. People are seeing us as a very mature virtual shopping player, and a company at our scale also ramping up very fast. So there is a lot of action in the market,
Yeah.
as to say,
Yeah.
into that space.
Manu, before I let you go, I wanted to ask you this. You've been a serial entrepreneur. In 1998, you launched Design Expo. In 2003, it was A&M Soft, which was a software company. 2008 was Naptol. Are you again at the cusp of another big opportunity?
Not at all, right? A lot of people tell me, Ki, Manu, you have got lucky the third time.
Yeah, all right.
So I've not really succeeded the past 2 attempts, though all of them in their own ways were reasonably successful. But I think Naptol is the big idea I'm working on. And every day, as I start to see as to what we are doing and how much can we we can grow, it actually gives me goosebumps.
We wish you the very best of luck, Manu. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much
Thanks
for inviting.
Thank you.
I appreciate this. Thank you.
Manu here's wishing you and Naptol the very best of luck. Time for us to take a break, but when we return, the founder of Cash Your Drive in conversation with noted ad man Pratap Sutas.